Hyacinths are starting to pop out. Signs of life. That it is almost spring, yay. So I'm still quite sick and can't work outside yet. So today we're going to be working inside. What I really need to be doing is pruning my roses and my hydrangeas. So today we're going to be starting some seeds, some perennials that I wanted to give a head start to a couple months ago, but I just haven't been able to get to it yet this winter. So we're going to start those, and then I'm going to show you how I organize my seeds, and we're going to open something that should give us more light. And what I'm doing here is just basically mixing water in so that this soil is already wet once I put the seed in. And what I'm looking for is soil that's just going to clump just a little bit, but not so much that you're dripping moisture out when you squeeze it. Pre-moistening the soil just helps out the seed, makes it a little bit easier of a time for the seed to germinate. Okay, so now that I've got the soil the way I like it, I'm just going to go ahead and fill up all of these little cells here in this tray. So now that they're filled, I'm just getting out the candy tuft seeds and the echinacea seeds, the purple coneflower. Just reading the back of the packet of Johnny Seeds packet because they're really good about telling you how deep the seed needs to be planted in the soil. And coneflowers actually need light, so that means they basically just need to be on top. Unfortunately, I do not have any vermiculite today, so it's not going to happen. But anyways, actually, this echinacea probably would have benefited well from being cold stratified in the fridge for a week before I planted it, but that didn't happen. So we'll see what kind of a germination rate I get. I'm just making the tags. So for the echinacea, it's just going to go right over the top. And then for the candy tuft, it's said to plant a quarter of an inch deep. So now I'm just putting this little top on to help the seeds stay moist. As you can, hopefully you can see in this camera that all the condensation underneath it, that's exactly what this lid is supposed to do. It just helps the seedlings not to dry out because they won't germinate if they dry out. So I love these tops to help me because I often forget to keep them watered as much as they should be. So now I'm going to show you how I organize my seeds. It's just kind of bins like a library catalog, except for I don't use the catalog number system because I'm trying to keep it easy on myself. And yes, I do know how to do that. I'm that many years old. But anyway, I put them in alphabetical order. I don't put any of my vegetables in here. This is all flowers. Most of them are annuals. I do have some perennial seeds, but most of them are annuals. And so today I'm going to make a tag, a label for the nasturtium. And so we're going to look to see where it ends up alphabetically. And would you look at that? I actually have an empty box just where it aligns alphabetically. It's almost like I planned this or something. Anyway, so we're going to make a label, a tag for the nasturtium box and for the jar that we're going to put the seeds into as well. And yes, I do realize I just spelled this wrong. It's supposed to be UM instead of AM, and I do realize that as I'm going on, and I make another tag, and you'll see it when I put the label on the drawer a little bit later on. So now I'm just making a label for the top of the jar that I'm going to put the seeds in. I am just making the circle and cutting it out around so it'll fit the lid of the jar, because these labels are big and I'm cheap and I don't want to buy several different sizes of labels. So I just cut out the smaller labels from inside of the bigger ones. It's not exactly perfect, and it doesn't exactly look the prettiest, but it works, and it saves me money. And I do save the packet that the seeds come in because a lot of companies have a lot of the really good information about how to plant the seed on the packet. Okay, so there they are. That's what it's supposed to look like. Step 1, align the 8 screw holes from the lower planter into the upper planter. Oh goodness. How is that even possible? Well, there they are. They're starting to work. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for coming, and until next time, feed the pollinators for me.